I'm not dead. That sounds like something interesting. Just ahead on RDTV, we're going to take you up the Mckenzie River Valley. It's the most beautiful river, it's a pure river, it's a clean river, and this is where the drift boat started. We're going to explain that, we're going to show you different businesses, show you some of the hottest new restaurants, and also some places to stay. We're even going to take you on the river for a little raft ride. That's coming up next on RDTV Television.
Randy Dersham. I'm the founder of the Mckenzie River Wooden Boat Show. I'm the president of the Mckenzie River Wooden Boat Museum, Drift Boat Museum. Not to be confused with the Mckenzie River Interpretive Center. The drift boat it grew up here on this area. So this is the place that it was first invented. It evolved from the late 1920s till about 1950. And then since then, it's been very small changes that are mostly either cosmetic or specializations for various certain things that people want to do. Very beginning, the boats that were up here, the old scows were used for logging. And in the guiding, when guiding first started on the Mckenzie River, they would use those old scows. But they were very heavy. And when these adventurers had seen the lighter weight boats, the folks who were running guides, the very beginning of the guiding businesses, were using the lighter weight boats, and that's when they started to evolve. They were made for one person, and it was John West who widened the square end of the boat, which actually went downriver, so that you could get two people up front and you could take them both fishing. This boat show I started, my wife and I owned Eagle Rock Lodge. We purchased the lodge in 2005. In 2006, April 2006, we had our first show because the boat is so unique to this area, and we're right here on the lawns of the Mckenzie River. We sold the lodge just a couple of years ago, and the current owners still allow us to be here, and they still carry on this event. But that first year, I thought, well, if I can get 5 boats, I'll call it a boat show. And I just set a date. I talked to a few folks. I knew I was going to have at least my boat and 4 or 5 other boats. And we actually ended up with about 150 people showed up and about 25 boats. People were just waiting to have this. Part of the reason is because from 1940s and through the 50s were the heyday of the Whitewater Boat Parade, which was here on the Mckenzie River. And it was an event that was attended. It had universal newsreel coverage. It was attended by many thousands of people that would line the bank to watch the boats go by. So this is sort of a historic recreation of that moment without getting into the craziness that the Whitewater Parade turned into. The original boat was used, there was 2 different reasons. The first one was Whitewater Adventuring. It was a 2-person boat that Velty Pruitt and Prince Helfrich used to be the first people to run many of the rivers here in Oregon. So they were the first ones to go on trips. They had a couple of benefactors that would go with them, and they would run those rivers and video them, and ended up creating a movie that went to the World's Fair in the late 30s.
My name is Peyton Bell and I'm 8, and you should go on my mom and dad's company called High Country Expedition.
We're here with Jessica Adelt, one of the owners of High Country Expeditions, been taking people down the Mckenzie River for almost 2 decades. How did you get started with rafting trips?
Well, it came when George and I actually went rafting one time for our first time whitewater rafting, and we thought, gosh, wouldn't that just be wonderful to have people go down and feel the same way we did and know that we have provided that service.
And so you started a company.
We did, yeah.
And you still love all that kind of stuff, all the people?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's wonderful.
So tell me about your trips, what people can do. It's full days, half days, kind of explain that to people.
Yeah, we we offer full day trips with a custom riverside lunch. Yeah, and then we also do a half day trips, and our half day trips are a little longer than most. So we get you all through the wild and scenic portion of the river, and it's about 14 miles.
Rafting is fun when it's like the summer. You should go on it because the water's nice and cool, and the full day is all really long and you get to have lunch and all that kind of stuff.
In our opinion, it gives you more of a view of what the Mckenzie is. So you get a portion of the river with no homes on it, with no homes and no houses, and so that's the upper wild and scenic portion. There's nothing like it. There is nothing like it. You're not going to find any river like the Mckenzie anywhere else. It's a spring-fed river. The water is just crystal. It is. You can see all the way to the bottom. It's gorgeous. And
Family, so it's not overly...
And it's not. Absolutely not. No. So this is a good all-around river for the seasoned rafter down to, you know, family with young children. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So the Mckenzie Bridge area is growing, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yeah, it is growing and becoming maybe a little mecca for this area. Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing because we need that up here, don't we?
Yes, yeah, we do. Mm-hmm.
So how do people get in touch with you, and how do they get a trip going here?
Okay, well, yeah, you can go to our website, of course, and book online, and that's at www.highcountryexpeditions.com. And then, of course, like I said, we have our office up at Belknap Springs, and you can call and make a reservation even the day of if you want.
All right.
Yeah.
Jessica, thank you so much for being here.
Okay.
And thanks for taking me on the raft trip, too.
You're welcome.
That was a blast.
Find great deals on furniture, appliances, cabinets, and building materials at the Springfield Eugene Restore, benefiting Habitat for Humanity. Learn more at sehabitat.org.
You aren't supposed to live life too carefully. Chances need to be taken. Try something new. Adventure creates life. Reimagine adventure. Coburn Pizza Company. Pizza reimagined.
And we're here with Jessica Adelt, owner of the Mckenzie General Store. New owners as of January. You guys purchased this place, you and your husband.
We did, as well as other people. We have some other people involved as well.
So what's the idea behind, you're kind of bringing this back?
Being locals up here, we felt that there was a need to have a local store, to create a little hub for people to be able to stop on their way maybe to the east side, tourists, as well as locals in this area.
But you're also offering different things, organic.
We are very proud to be working with Hummingbird, which is a Eugene company. We offer bulk products through Hummingbird, as well as some of their products on the shelves. And we also want to bring in local produce, local meat.
Bulk food is something people are really into, and especially good quality.
For a lot of people that live up here, they would be driving to town to get the bulk foods and such, so we're very happy to have it here.
Now you also serve beer in here.
We do, yes.
I kind of like that idea.
I know.
And wine.
Yeah, us too. We have a few taps back there. We do offer local kombucha, as well as cider and local beer. People can feel free to buy a beer in here and take it out to our courtyard, which is out back. And we do have the Obsidian Grill out there, which is a food cart, which we offer all Northwest fresh local food. We do things from, a marinated pulled pork sandwich that is, cooked for a day and a half, slow cooked, fresh salmon tacos, burritos, burgers, and again, we use all fresh Northwest.
And you guys really fixed up that back area back there.
Yes, it's changed quite a bit. It has changed quite a bit, and it will be ongoing. There's new things happening every week. But we wanted to create more of an area for locals to come as well as tourists. We cater to the mountain bike community, maybe making it a place where people who have been out hiking all day want to come and gather and talk about their day's stories and whatnot and hang out. Yeah, a good, comfortable place.
And the feel in here, I love it because it feels like it was old, but just clean and nice, and that mountain feel to it.
Right, thank you. That's exactly what we're going for. Yeah, we want it to be a place where people remember and they want to come back. Yeah.
So needed for a long time. If you guys live up here, you know that there's a void here.
There is, and especially as mentioning the courtyard, especially for a place like that, where people feel they can come and hang out, grab a beer, have a beer, a few drinks with some friends, a comfortable spot.
Because you guys, things up here are getting bigger, busier with mountain biking. I mean, there's so many activities, rafting, all the things you have.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. The Mckenzie is becoming a destination spot more and more for people. A lot of mountain bike groups come by, which is why we have a rack out there. We say, bring your bike in, absolutely, and we'll cater to that.
Well, thank you for reopening this because it gives us another option. The neighborhood's growing, and that's always good for everybody up here, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Jessica, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Patrick Olson. I'm Patrick Olson Auto Repair here in Eugene. If you need a place where you can get your car serviced at a reasonable rate, fixed right the first time, every time, come see me at Patrick Olson Auto Repair. And I'm on this video right now because I'm good friends with Rick. If Rick trusts me, you can trust me too.
What I will tell you, about our food is that we prepare everything from scratch. So we make sure we hire people that have the passion for making food. That's one of the ingredients. The other one, we make sure that our recipes, they use the ingredients that we tell them to use. And before we put it into the market, we make sure we test, try it. What I love about this business is the people. I'm a people person, so I love to interact with people, and I love to make people feel good.
So here's the best part at Ranchito Grill. Every month they give away 2 free dinners to some lucky winner, and all you have to do is go in there, have dinner, fill out a little piece of paper with your name and your phone number on it, stick it in the Rick Dancer box, and we draw a name out every month and have a winner. And we're here with Cindy Perazou, the owner, creator of the Mckenzie Station Pub.
Good job.
Little place in Mckenzie Bridge. Mckenzie Bridge is now the hub of Mckenzie Valley up here.
I think it might be on the map now. Yeah.
You're putting it on the map, aren't you?
Yeah.
So tell me what you're doing here at the restaurant.
We are serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner to locals and to travelers coming by, which there are a lot of this year.
Your specialties.
Our specialties are, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We do all three, but I would say our specialties is our 20-hour smoked brisket, which is delicious. We do either as a sandwich during lunch or we do as a dinner at night. And also our pastrami Reuben. We probably have 10 people a week saying that's the best pastrami Reuben they've ever had. So I guess it's good.
And espresso. You are the coffee shop.
We are the coffee shop of Mckenzie Bridge. If you want coffee, this is the place to come. I'm an artist, and right now this is pretty much my artwork. Creating things, creating a place that people hopefully enjoy coming. We like to put a lot of fun stuff around.
And you're into food and you're into people, obviously.
Yeah, I like people a lot. People are interesting. They're a lot of fun.
And you guys up here are really creating because there has been a lack of places to eat over the past few years. So this really creates a market and something for tourists too.
Yeah. We basically, when I first started, it was just an espresso, and I did some sandwiches too. And then people just let me know what they wanted. And all along, everybody's wanted us to do a restaurant at night, and everybody wanted a bar. So my creative son built a bar, and and we're doing dinner.
So tell me about these cabins next door. I put one picture on Facebook and people were just dying, going, "Where is that?" Tell me about
they're
them.
beautiful.
Give us a little tour.
Okay, they were designed by a man in Eugene, and they were built by a local man up here and his crew, Garth Hamlow. And they are all two-story, beautiful wood cabins with, they've got fir floors, they've got pine paneling in them, they smell good. They all have 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, living room with a fireplace, full kitchen, fully equipped modern kitchen, and then a screened-in deck on the riverside where you can look out on the river, or you can sit out there by the river.
How many cabins are there?
There's a total of 10, but there's only 7 of them for rent. And then we also have across the river from us at the old log cabin inn, there's some cabins that are just like these over there, and we rent out 2 of those cabins as well. And they're down in the meadow by the river as well.
So it gives you a place where you can go and really feel like you're in the mountains, but you feel like you're in the mountains.
And plus we're in the middle of everything. And there's the hiking trails and the scenic drives and the fishing and the river rafting are all right here.
And a little bit of cycling as well.
Oh, yeah, just a little.
Sydney, thank you so much
Thank
for letting
you
us come
so
in.
much, you bet.
And the brisket is great. I had it for lunch. It's amazing. I mean, We're here with Ken Engelman, the publisher, owner, reporter, news director, photographer, head salesman of the Mckenzie River Reflections, a newspaper up the Mckenzie River. Ken, thanks for being here.
Well, thanks. I'm glad to be here.
So tell me how this started 38 years ago.
Well, I moved to the area and eventually met my wife here, and we were married, and she continued to talk about starting a community newspaper because she'd been involved in one before. So I gave her some money, she started the paper, I started reading it, started proofreading it, started writing stories, started taking photographs, selling ads, all the things you mentioned before, and I've been doing it for 38 years.
So she tricked you?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
She got you to do it.
She got me to do it again.
So talk to me, how important is this, and how many people are you covering in the territory?
Okay, well, the territory extends from Old Mckenzie Pass all the way down into the edge of Thurston. There's about 7,000 people there, and 9 different communities stretched along that long stretch of the river. And the whole rationale behind it was to create this community linkage between all those areas. And people living in Walterville may have a cousin who's done something of note in Mckenzie Bridge that they probably weren't aware of, but they can pick it up, and we can cover that and make other links to other people in the families and so forth. It expands from one point all over the river.
So this day and age, when bigger papers are having trouble, papers like yours are really becoming even more valuable.
Right, because the sort of things that you'll find in River Reflections, you're not going to find in the daily. We've noticed too, you know, a lot of the dailies are really struggling. We're on a fairly even keel, and since we've started to do a digital version of the paper, that's starting to sell more subscriptions as well.
All right, Ken Engelman, thanks for being with us. I'm going to put how people can get it. I get one every week, so you guys should too, and all you have to do is go to this link and they'll tell you all about how you can get your paper. So thanks for being here.
All right, thank you.
Looking for something fun for the whole family to beat boredom, be active, and have a splashing good time? For less than the cost of going to the movies, you can bring the whole family to Splash, where the weather is always perfect, the surf's always up, and no sunscreen is required. Pack a towel and head to Splash at Lively Park in Springfield. For more information, go to willamalane.org. Splash at Lively Park. It's waves of fun.
Hello, I'm Leona Houston with Country Financial. I've spent years in our community helping families protect their homes, their cars, and their lives. Complete financial security doesn't end with insurance. I'm also here to help you plan for your retirement. I'm backed by a team of professionals that can help you achieve your goals. Together, we'll set up a step-by-step plan to help you reach your financial security. Let's talk soon.
We're here with Chris Lavoie, the owner of the Mckenzie River Mountain Resort and in Blue River. And Chris, thanks for having us out. I love this property. What was it? You got a lot of history here.
Well, thanks for coming out. Yes, the property used to be a ranger station. It was founded about 100 years ago, probably the turn of the century in late 1800s or 1905, somewhere in that range. This house behind me, the cabin, is the original ranger home that was built there. That's the oldest building that we have on the property. And it's got a lot of cool charm to it. It's been updated with modern plumbing and electrical, so it's nice.
And that one rents a lot, I bet.
It is one of the more popular cabins on here.
So tell us how much room you have, how many rooms you have, and how many people you can sleep here.
Well, I've got 5 cabins and a number of rooms and bunk rooms, so we can do up to 100 people for family reunions and church retreats and things like that. They're different sizes. I have one that's 2-bedroom and then the rest are 3 bedrooms, so they sleep up to 8 people. And they're full homes, so they've got full kitchens. Some of them have laundry in them.
You also have wedding venues here?
We do weddings, yeah. Especially groups that like to come where they bring the family from out of town and they actually get to stay and spend some time together. The way the property's all oriented in a kind of a real together kind of thing, it's fun.
What do you like about the feel of this place when you come in here?
I love the way it's situated among the trees, that the river's right next to us. It's just got a nice, cozy family feel to it, and I think that's really nice. It's not pretentious. One of our more popular things that we offer is services for bike riders, both mountain biking and road biking. We have a world famous mountain biking trail here called the Mckenzie River Trail. People come from all over the world to ride it. We offer shuttle services for that. It has a sister trail that's been put on International Mountain Biking Association's epic list. There's only 3 in the state of Oregon. That's called O'Leary Trail, so we offer shuttle services for that. And we have some just amazing road bike rides. The Mckenzie Pass is one of those, and the Ofterheide is another one. So people come from all over to ride these fantastic rides through the Cascade Mountains. All right, one of the things that we hear a lot from guests who stay with us is about how peaceful it is here. You know, they find it really rejuvenating to come and stay, and they really appreciate our ability to share where great things to find are in the forest to see and do.
What do you love about being up here and having this place?
You know, I just love everything about the water and the trees. I moved up from LA. It was dry, a lot of traffic, hated the traffic. But I love how clean the water is, and just sitting by the rivers and being able to see through to the bottom, and the sound it makes and how cool and refreshing it is. You know, I love getting in the water and swimming, floating down in rafts, whether I'm doing a big rafting trip down the Mckenzie or just getting some tubes and floating with my kids down Blue River right here, doing water skiing, you know, just all that's a lot of fun.
All right, Chris, thanks for joining us, and thanks for letting us show your property off to people.
Well, thanks again for coming out.
Hey, you're welcome, man. So you're fine, right? This is Katie Hallard.
Hi, everyone.
Equinox Real Estate.
That's right, with the Hallard Real Estate team. So, you know, right now our inventory is super low still. We're at 1.7 months worth of inventory. So what that means is if no new homes come on the market, it would take us 1.7 months to sell everything.
Seriously?
Yeah. That's not very much.
So if you're somebody who's retiring or the kids just moved out.
You have a big house, you want to downsize, this is the market to do it in, or maybe you're in a small house, it's too tiny, you want to move up. There's buyers for every price range, and we need homes listed.
In an era where newspapers are struggling and a lot of larger papers are dying, we are doing well because we tend to cover things local, and we offer news that people can't get anywhere else. That's our model, is covering local news and sports and anything to do with the community. In an era where everybody's trying to be the first to get the news out, we actually do some research and talk to the sources and get the story and all the details behind the story.
Another friend we're bringing on board as a sponsor for our Rick Dancer programming is Brinker's Restoration Contractors. Carlos is a friend of mine, and he just signed up to do this because he really believes in the power of you. And what he does is he comes into your home. If you had water damage from the recent storms, or your toilet overflowed and ruined your floor, or just damaged some things, honestly, just about anything, your shower's leaking, you just need somebody who can come in and has a top-notch crew, can take care of the issues that are bothering your home and make you feel at ease. And he's super fair. I know this guy, I trust this guy, and he will not overcharge you. In fact, if anything, Carlos does stuff that he shouldn't probably do for free. He's super helpful and he's a good guy. So that's Brinker's Restoration Contractors. I'll put their logo up here. Pay attention to our sponsors, because these are the people that make all of this programming possible. And when you go in there, tell them you saw it on Rick Dancer TV.
Credibility is huge. I mean, you put the facts together and you tell the story, the complete picture, then that builds your credibility. Trust is key, because if they don't trust what it is that you're doing every single week, then they're not going to subscribe to the paper. They're not going to buy the paper. They're going to look for other sources to find the news that they want. The best way to stay informed is pick up the paper, and if it's not in the paper, let us know that it's not in the paper so we can go find who we need to get that story. It is about them. It's about the community. That's what the paper is. It's the community paper for Cottage Grove.
We're here with Nadine Scott, realtor in the Mckenzie River Valley, and you know she's good because her signs are everywhere. Nadine, welcome. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
So talk to me about the people that are coming into Oregon or are in Oregon already. They see the Mckenzie River and they fall in love.
Well, we get people from all over the world that come here, and they come for vacation and they see how beautiful it is and they want to stay and buy property. And when you're dealing with rural property, sometimes it's very stressful if you're not familiar with it. We have a lot of issues with septic systems, wells, water quality, riparian zones, flood zones, all of that. And if you're not knowledgeable about that, it can make buying and selling property pretty awful. That's why I'm here, to make that easy for you.
That process.
Yes.
Because how long have you been doing this up here?
13 years.
And you know it because you also live here. So you not only know the property, the river, the way this place works, but you know the community, and that's pretty important.
Well, I've lived here for 40 years, and I've been heavily involved in the community. I'm the president of the Chamber of Commerce. I'm the correspondent secretary for the Mckenzie Clearwater Coalition, and I served on the school board for 5 years. So I know the area very well and the people, and that's very important when you're moving into a new area, to be able to introduce people to that.
And up here, what kind of different properties do you have available?
Oh, we have everything from little, half-acre lots up to 80 acres with 1,000 feet of river frontage. We have little farms, beautiful vacation homes, year-round homes. It's all kinds of properties up here. I'm not a pushy realtor, and I'm very patient with people, and I listen to them. And most of my referrals, 95% of my referrals, are from past clients.
So why do you love living up? Because you also live here, so you're practicing what you preach.
Yeah.
What do you love about being up here?
Well, it's quiet. It's a whole different community, a whole different way of life. It's very relaxing. We have much better weather than they do in the valley in the wintertime. And I always say, move to a place that moves you.